pocket, throws across, touchdown Patriots! Throws down the left seam for Gronkowski, catch and strike past the 5, into the end zone, touchdown Patriots!
Yeah, I mean, it feels like I'm just kind of getting going in football season, and it's already the halfway point, so.
Tom Brady may have been suspended for the first 4 games of the season, but he has not skipped a beat. Since week 5, he's tied for the league lead in wins and passing touchdowns. And he's first overall in passing yards and total QBR during that span. All of this is leading up to him picking up steam as the leading MVP candidate right now with 3-2 odds to win the MVP according to Bovada. Max, can Brady still win this MVP even though he missed a quarter of the season?
No. I mean, can he? Are voters dumb enough to vote for him? Maybe. But the answer is actually no. There's no way to be the MVP in 12 out of 16 games. You're giving up 25% of the games. And if you look at who else is playing in this league, you mean to tell me 12 out of 16 games from Brady is better than 16 out of 16 the way Matt Ryan or Phillip Rivers or my pick Andrew Luck is playing so far? Andrew Luck with nothing around him still might make the playoffs? No, absolutely not. And let me prove it to you. Tom Brady, let's say they go 9-3 the rest of the way. In that case, what's Tom Brady's value? Their backups, their second and third string quarterbacks went 3-1. That's the same percentage as 9-3. So in order for Brady to demonstrate value over the backup, he has to go 10-2 to demonstrate value over the second and third string quarterbacks. The Patriots have always been more about Belichick than Brady, who is arguably the greatest who ever lived. But in this instance, really has no legitimate shot at actually being the real MVP in spite of what the voters say.
Please help him.
You don't do too many interviews, do you? You don't, because you big time and you too busy. You don't do too many interviews, do you? Because I would strongly suggest you stay the hell away from Boston. That's WEEI, that's the Boston Herald, the Boston Globe. Stay away from all of them because somebody gonna do something to you. You got a problem with Brady. This is personal. It's got to be something that it makes no sense.
What you
might be the
greatest quarterback who ever lived. It's personal.
You would take Andrew Luck over Brady for MVP.
He's gonna fall off a cliff in 16 months. That's you, right? Let me say something to you, Max Kellerman. The Patriots are 6-0. They are 3-0 with Brady. Brady has 8 touchdowns.
They got the one loss to the Bills.
0 in it. Yeah, but he wasn't there. He wasn't there, right? 8 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, a quarterback rating of 132, a QBR, one of your favorite stats, of 89. He's already thrown for 1,000 yards in 3 games. He's completing 75% of his passes. On his schedule, he has road games against Buffalo, Miami,
Denver, road game against Miami,
Denver, and the New York Jets. He's got home games against Seattle, Baltimore, Jets, Rams, etc. You trying to tell me that if this dude continues to play this way and they continue to win, Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons, whose defense is putrid, Andrew Luck.
What's the quarterback have to do with the defense?
Excuse me. The fact of the matter is that this guy is winning while producing. You can produce and lose. I'm not saying that they don't deserve consideration because of their exploits on the field, but in the end, you play to win the game.
Well, you got to play the games. He missed 25% of the games at least this year.
So if Tom Brady goes 11-1, or dare I say 12-0, and this man passes for 4,000 yards in 12 games, he doesn't deserve league MVP?
No, the odds that he would be
I ain't asking about the odds.
better.
No, I ain't asking about odds. I just gave you a scenario. I gave you a direct scenario.
There's going to be someone who passed for 5,000 plus yards who makes the playoffs.
In three games, he's at 1,000 yards. I'm saying to you, over the course of 12 games, if Tom Brady, let's multiply everything he's doing by 4 right now. He's got 1,004 yards, right? Let's just say he continues to complete. We'll go
4,000 yards.
So we'll go away from the 75%. Let's say Tom Brady completes 68 to 70% of his passes. He passes for 4,000 yards. He throws for 32 touchdowns. He only has like 4 interceptions. His QBR stays around 80 plus, 80, and his quarterback rating stays at 132. And the New England Patriots are winning, going 11-1 or 12-0. You trying to tell me that you think he should be deprived of the MVP
Not deprived, he didn't earn it.
because of 4 games?
He didn't earn it. That's
How did you not miss it?
4 games in football is like 40 games in baseball.
Can I ask you a question?
You're not going to play 120 baseball games and get the MVP.
Because I know that you watch your basketball.
Yeah.
You trying to tell me that if a LeBron James or a Russell Westbrook or somebody, they miss 15 to 20 games.
20 games. That's the same thing.
If they miss 20 games,
yes,
but they average 35 to 40,
yep,
and the team is the #1 seed in the East or the West, and they win games when they're on the floor because they played 80% of their games, you would deprive them of league MVP?
Because they play 75%. Absolutely. It's not depriving them. The award is not on a per-game basis who's the best. That's not the award. It's value over the course of a season. And if you miss 4 games, and it's not like you came in and saved the season, you were 3-1 and in first place without the starting quarterback.
Stop that. Just because they were 3-1, just because they were 3-1, you and I both know that trend may not have continued if Jacoby Brissett was
we don't know. Yeah, right.
Playing.
May not. It doesn't matter. I mean, the fact is that's what happened.
Time out. Tom Brady, we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Just like I gave you an
and you're giving the best case scenario for Brady, who says it's 4,000 yards and 32 touchdowns and an 80 QBR.
No, that's why
Might be a lot less than that.
Because the principle of it is that the reason why I'm giving you the best case scenario is because you're saying no matter what the circumstances, the fact that you only played 75% of your contest deprives you
Let me answer
of
the
the
LeBron
right
James
to do
question.
that.
If
Makes
LeBron
no sense.
or Westbrook or anyone else plays in 60 games, they should not win the MVP.
And I disagree with that.
Anthony Davis, it happened to him the other year. Anthony Davis on a per-game basis outplayed everyone in the NBA a couple years ago, got into like 60 games. Did he win the MVP?
But because the Pelicans weren't good.
Oh, so it's a teammates award.
No, what I'm saying is it comes with it. Why should you get league MVP if your team stinks?
How were the teammates without him when he wasn't on the field? Were they in first place or not?
No, they weren't.
They were 3-1.
Oh, no, I thought you were asking me about Anthony Davis. I'm sorry.
So Tom Brady's teammates were 3-1 without him. So they were in first place without him.
But Max,
so he would have to go 10-2 to show you value over the replacement.
He's trying to be slick. I'm asking you, simply put, you're saying your premise is anyone who misses 25% of a season doesn't deserve MVP.
Right.
That's done.
Can I ask one more question? So you think Andrew Luck's more deserving than Tom Brady?
At this moment, sure. Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
By the way,
let's leave it there.
But by the way, Andrew Luck is playing with nothing around him. Tom Brady is playing on a juggernaut. Tom Brady's playing on a team that a lot of people picked to go to the Super Bowl this year. Was that the case with the Colts? Number one, but he's
not on a good team. You have to be on a good team.
But the Andrew Luck thing is you're picking a quarterback with a losing record who's being underrated right now. Matt Ryan continues to have the year he's having now, and they make the playoffs. Clearly, he deserves it more than Tom Brady. Same thing with Phillip Rivers. Any one of those guys who plays 16 games and performs, even if the per-game basis isn't as high as Brady. Now, Brady gets some sympathy because it's not his fault he missed the games, according to many, because of Deflategate. They felt the punishment was too harsh. Neither one of us feel that, but a lot of people do. So since he wasn't injured, whatever. Bottom line is he did not play in those games. And in no sport will someone who misses 1 out of every 4 games get the MVP.
You trying to convince yourself. That's why you keep talking. I'm telling you right now, you're basically coming down and saying if you miss 25% of the game, you're automatically disqualified from MVP. I think that's insane.
First Take is presented by Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here. And in part by Taco Bell's Rolled Chicken Tacos.
All right, people, the First Take, Your Take viewer contest is here. It's your chance to debate Stephen A. and Max right here on national television. All you got to do is go to firsttakeyourtake.com, upload a 1-minute video with your and only your best original sports debate. Keep it clean, plus no music, team logos, trademarks, or copyrighted material. 2 winners will be selected by our show staff, so get to work and take on these 2 lovely gentlemen here in Bristol, CT. Here's a few of our latest submissions.
Dallas, not only is Dallas going to win the NFC East, they're going right to the Super Bowl. Minnesota doesn't scare us. Green Bay doesn't scare us. Atlanta definitely doesn't scare us.
See, there's a saying that goes, in order to be the best, you have to beat the best, which is exactly what you two, the Minnesota Vikings, and the Seattle Seahawks would have to do. Say it with me. Number 1 in rushing in total QBR, and number 3 in total offense.
Tony Romo is the better quarterback when healthy. Last time Tony Romo was healthy with this offensive line, with a rushing attack, just like the one they have now. He went 12-4, and he should have gone to the NFC Championship game because that was a catch.
Is it just me, or do the women bring it the most? In
The
terms of
women have been,
intensity,
there's
right?
been a couple of good dudes, but the women have been showing up and showing out. They have been doing their thing.
Oh, she takes the cake.
She does take the cake.
I mean, maybe it's the New Yorker in me, but when you talk with your hands,
yes,
that just takes it to another level.
Yeah, but she was substantive too, but she has competition. Sure. There's several other ladies that I saw that I've been very, very impressed with in terms of their delivery, I must confess.
You got to have the content and the delivery. You got to have both.
All right, we'll see.
The whole package.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yes. Keep them coming. Keep them coming.
Win.
We asked you guys early in the show, who would you rather have as your franchise quarterback, Dak Prescott or Carson Wentz? The results are in, and 60% said they'd go with that fourth rounder.
Proving my point.
What?
Because there are the split between Cowboys fans and Eagles fans, which is what these polls turn into, is way more than 60-40 pro-Cowboys. Cowboys are a national brand in a way the Eagles are not. So for Dak, with the strong argument he has in his favor, though not as strong as Wentz, to get only 60% of the vote proves, in fact, that Wentz is the better choice.
Well, what I would say to you is this. You can sit up there and say Wentz is the better choice. I understand the offensive line, the running game of the Dallas Cowboys, but I think there's a lot to be said and taken into consideration about the circus-type atmosphere that somebody is walking into when becoming a Dallas Cowboys. The billion-dollar playpen, the Dallas Cowboy fan base that's worldwide.
You're going to be there.
The organization. Et cetera, et cetera. You got all of this going on, and now the latest backdrop. It ain't weed. It ain't dudes that can't stay off the weed. It's not something else that's happened. It's Tony Romo getting hurt with another back injury and then coming back, but they're not talking to Dak and they're not letting him know his status. You know, they won't hand the job to him even though he's earned it. And Tony Romo is making headlines because he's thrown a couple of passes in practice, for crying out loud.
Dak is excellent, but how hard is this?
Come on.
Here, Zeke, take this.
Come on.
And have those 5 guys make sure that no one comes near touching you.
It could be.
I mean, I'm not saying Dak ain't good. He's good, but come on. He's in an easy situation.
Real quick, your favorite tonight, Thursday Night Football.
What about it?
Jags, Titans.
Well, first of all, I'm not a fan of Thursday Night Football, but I damn sure ain't a fan of this game. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see Mariota and what he does. Gus Bradley, he hasn't done a great job record-wise. I mean, come on now, his best season was 5-11. This dude, at some point in time, they got to do something. Gus Bradley, I expected much better from him by now. I'm not seeing it. And the development of Blake Bortles or lack thereof is concerning me.
AFC South is the NFC East, but with bad records. I don't think anyone's going to really separate themselves. Therefore, I like the Jags tonight. But there's a lot on the line. There's like actually a high-stakes